A guy in my group did what we hoped for. He shared something deep and vulnerable. Now what do I do? Get in the well. My family and I have a yearly tradition of going skiing together in Colorado. If you've ever been snow skiing, you've likely experienced the discomfort of a pair of ski boots. They're stiff, they're cold, and for many people, they just flat out hurt your feet and your ankles. One trip in particular, I had a pair of ski boots that I'd owned for years and which had never been comfortable from the day we bought them. Within just a few hours of skiing, my feet and my ankles were screaming in pain. Skiing up to where my wife and my family were standing, I'd had it with these boots. I was angry, I was in pain, and I was furious about the money we'd spent on these stupid boots. And so, at 28 years old, I threw a 28-year-old tantrum, throwing my gloves on the ground and beating my boots with my ski poles. At that moment, what do you think I was wanting from my family? Yes, I wanted a new pair of ski boots for sure, but what did I need emotionally at that moment? Did I want them to tell me to calm down and I was being irrational and that this was an easy problem to fix? Or did I want them to walk away and leave me alone to deal with the problem myself? As I kicked and screamed like a child, what I wanted most was two things. Number one, I just wanted to complain and to have my family take it without judging me or telling me I was being a fool. Number two was I wanted someone to look at my boots with me and say, "You're right. These boots are trash, and I can see how they're hurting you, and I'm with you until we get these darn things figured out." The concept of getting in the well with a man is the picture of a man who's fallen into a dry water well. Think about young Bruce Wayne in the movie Batman Begins, at the bottom of the empty well. He's hurt, he's alone, he's embarrassed, and he's vulnerable. Within our groups, this is the position of a man when he shares the deep thoughts or feelings of his heart. He may be talking about a hardship in his marriage, the loss of a friend, or that he's tired of being home alone every Friday night. When you come across a person stuck in a well, you have a few options. You can walk away, ignoring them and their situation. You can look at their situation and tell them they're stuck and, hey, you need to get out. You can call down to them, telling them it's gonna be okay and I'm gonna go get someone who can help. Or if you're willing and able, you can climb down in the well with them. Give them a hug, ask them questions about what they're feeling, validate what they're experiencing, and commit to being with them until they have what they need. As a Heart of a Man leader, when a man chooses to share something deep, making himself vulnerable to you and to the group, he's giving you the chance to get down in the well with him. If you're like most men, that probably sounds intimidating, and it is. It feels risky exploring an area that's dark or unknown. But like a man with a rope and a climbing harness and a flashlight, dropping down into that well with a few key tools to help you, like Bruce Wayne's father who simply wanted to comfort and be with his son in the dark, you too can get in the well without needing to be afraid. Here are 5 keys to successfully get in the well with a person. Number 1 is stay present. When a man shares something sensitive, one of the worst things that you can do is ignore it and move on. This will leave him feeling alone, hurt, and likely make him never return to the group again. Instead, stay in the moment and be present. Number 2 is listen. Don't fix or tell him what appears to be wrong. Be curious about what he's saying. Try to learn the important details and hear the heart of what he's experiencing. Be aware of his tone, whether his voice is getting louder or quieter or his speech is wavering. Number 3 is look. Watch the man's facial expressions, his body posture, his movements. Is he crying? Are his fists curled? Is he tense? Or is he wilting? These are powerful indicators of what he's feeling. Number 4 is ask good questions. Based on what you're hearing and what you're seeing in his body language, ask questions to better understand what he's experiencing. Like trying to assess the health of the man in the well. What are you feeling as you share this story? Tell me more about how you got here. What do you think you need? Number 5 is, if needed, commit to circle back. One of the difficult parts of having deep conversations within our groups is that our time is very limited. As the leader, you must find a way to care for the man, being present and understanding, all the while ensuring that one man's needs don't overtake the whole group. Many of the men in our groups want and need to share and process their life and what they've learned through their time studying the Bible. Out of respect for the whole group, we must care for each man effectively, getting in the well with him, but also knowing when to cut him off and committing to follow up on the topic after the group time ends so that the group discussion can continue. This takes practice and is a tension that we as leaders have to live within. This is a new skill for many men. It takes time to hone, but it isn't meant to be complicated. Get in the well. Be present, listen, look, ask good questions, and then commit to circle back if needed, knowing that there are other men in the group who are hoping you'll jump into the well with them too.